Sam Amick, the Athletic. PJ, good seeing you. Been a minute. I'm used to that red jersey.
Yeah.
We were talking to Drew about, and you can relate, the playing two sides of the floor and how he's being asked to do a lot defensively. Coach wants him to be more aggressive offensively, but, with defense being your specialty, just what needs to change there in Game 3 collectively?
I think it's making adjustments to how they're playing and what we like doing. A lot of time our game plan doesn't really change a whole lot, just tweaks. And from game in to game out, from every series, every game, is little tweaks we make that's a big difference. And it's going out and executing the stuff that we put in. They've shot the ball amazing. You gotta give them credit. They've really shot the ball well. Game 2, everybody else shot it well outside of Chris and Devin. So, it's on us to be able to square the ball up, be physical, and really make it a little bit tougher. But, for Drew, playing both sides, we definitely need him to be more aggressive, as aggressive as possible, because when he's playing like that, it kind of unlocks everything else for our team. So, but he's capable of what he does.
Next question is Steve.
Steve McGargy, Associated Press. I'm just wondering, how much are y'all using the second round experience, being down 0-2 against Brooklyn, coming back? Is that something you draw upon now, or is it two totally separate things?
Yeah, I don't even, that's so far behind. It's like, I don't know. You don't really draw anything from that because it's not the same series, different players, different teams. Further along, it's the finals. It's totally different. But as a team, I think it's just that mindset of, knowing they took care of business at home, and now we're back home for 2, and now it's time for us to do the same. So in a sense, yeah, a little bit, but it's 2 totally different series.
Go to Logan. Go ahead, Logan.
What up, PJ? This is Logan Murdoch from The Ringer. You've known Chris Paul for a long time now. What's the mindset you have to have? What's the difference in mindset when you're his teammate versus when you're going up against him with how much he demands? I
don't know. Honestly, I think it's like that with all players, right? We all played each other forever, knowing each other. It's using experiences as players, knowing what guys like and what their mindset going into games and what they're doing and what they're telling those guys, and being able to prepare your team and being able to be like, this is what they're doing, this is what they looking at, this is how they're going to attack and do this and that. So for me, I think it's just the experience of being an NBA player and knowing guys, period.
When you were his teammate, obviously he has very high expectations, of his teammates. How do you not necessarily live up to that, but make sure you working hard enough to hold up your end when you are his teammate?
I think it's the same as playing with Giannis. Giannis has very high expectations of everybody. Everybody should have the same high expectations. Like, it's no one more than the other. All, star players, guys, they needed their role guys to do their job. They need me to play defense. We need me to knock down corner shots. They need me, to be aggressive, to be a leader, talk. All that stuff goes into being a champion on all levels, no matter what team you're on. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's all the same.
Back to Sam.
PJ, you and I years ago talked about the idea that because you've kind of been to the edge of the NBA life when in Phoenix, you even thought about hanging them up, and the idea that you only want to do this at this kind of a level. When you're in Houston and your future's uncertain and you have a voice when it comes to where you might land next, what was the perspective on this group? What were the relationships with the people here that might have played a part, and just why did you feel good about getting sent out here?
15 years knowing me, knowing guys that have been here, everybody pointing this direction. It just made sense. It was perfect. We knew it was perfect from the beginning. So to say I've seen this is kind of an understatement, because this is what we talk about even while I was in Houston getting ready to leave. Me and my team, just knowing that, this was the landing spot, and that if I came here, we'd get a chance to be here where I'm in right now. So, yeah.
We'll go to Zoom for a couple questions. Go ahead, please.
Next question is from Eduardo Vidal, followed by Davide. Hi, PJ, Eduardo Dal for Hispanic Sports Media. Do you think in the last game the team made some unnecessary defensive helps that allowed Phoenix to get some open shots?
Yeah, definitely. We had some shifts. Guys just trying to be active off the ball, trying to help a little bit with Devin and Chris coming off being aggressive. Guys just trying to show bodies, and just said they did a good job knocking down shots. All the other guys, Jay Crowder, Bridges, they all did a really good job of making us pay when we helped. So it's definitely something that hurt us a little.
Hi, PJ. This is Davide Chinellato with La Gazzetta in Italy. I have two separate questions for you. One is if you can take me back to your experience in Italy, and the other one is what makes Drew Holiday a good defender, a great defender, from a great defender to another.
Drew Holiday is a good defender because he's relentless. He's always moving, always reading plays, sniffing plays out. His pursuit is incredible. He's probably, definitely is the best defender I've ever seen and been around. And it's just he's just naturally a good defender. And in Italy, I ate some really good food in Italy. I know that. The food was amazing, and shopping, and I went shopping, so I spent a lot of money while I was there. That's the two things I remember most. And it was good basketball. The league was amazing. I had a great time.
Do we have one more question, Peter?
Sure. The last question will be from Cassidy.
Hey, PJ. What are you most proud of when it comes to how you've taken care of your body and the sacrifices you have made that has led you to this point in your career competing on this NBA final stage?
That's funny. That's an interesting question because that's like so many people said I couldn't play the way I played for long. That was like the number one thing I heard every time. It's like contract time and stuff. It's like, oh, you can't do that for long. And so to be 15 years in and still be doing the same stuff and be the same me, it's kind of something I hang my hat on. Being able to be me means a lot, and to be able to be on the stage and be able to keep doing that is amazing. So shout out to all my trainers and everybody that helps me stay together, I guess.
Any more questions in the room? No? Okay, thanks, PJ.
Thanks.